today I'm going to explain the full shave. So this is going to be like a practical theory lesson. I'm going to explain the way it grows, the best ways to shave, that makes it a lot easier for you and your client. So first off is consultations, everything. No one knows the skin better than their client. So first off, have a look. See the way it grows. See, Graham's facial hair just goes straight down, and at the bottom comes up a little bit. So on the first shave, I will go with that, with the direction of the growth. What else I'm checking for is there any moles? Is there any spots? Has Graham got any cold sores or anything? Anything that might hinder the shave? Anything that I might have to ask him about? But his skin looks pretty good to me. So straight away, I know that's fine for me shaving. Because what you don't want to do is get halfway through a shave and then find out something and then have to stop the service. Right, so the next thing is using the correct PPE. So what I use to be extra safe is 2 towels. So the first towel, one side, and then the second towel. What also I want is something to wipe my blade on. You can use tissue paper, but I always prefer using a towel because tissue paper gets wet and gets soggy. Okay, so now positioning your client, and make sure your headrest is right. And Graham, I'm just going to take you back now. So just gently. Are you comfortable?
I am, thank you.
So what I want to do is, he's a little bit low for me, so I'm going to just pump the chair up a little bit for my back. So when you're shaving all day, you don't want to be leaning too much. So now he's in a position and he's ready. So first off, we use the first hot towel. So I've always got 2 towels in the cabinet waiting. So what I do is I bring the towel out, fold it in half, put it underneath the nose, and then cover the eyes. And what I'll do is I'll bring my hands to massage the towel into the face. This really feels nice for the client, it relaxes the client, and it makes for a much easier shave because it softens the cuticles. So while that's getting ready now I'll get my own PPE sorted by always wearing gloves every time that you perform a shave. And this is to protect yourself and the client. Still warm. So always check. If it starts getting cold, I always say take the towel off, because then it could be doing the adverse. It could be shutting it down. What you want is the face nice and alive from the heat. So then I'll pop my blade on. Today I'm using the Mike Taylor Education shaving knife. These are absolutely brilliant for shaving, and these are the best ways I think to teach someone how to shave and to get around the shave nice and quickly. Especially with the ProGuard feather blades, it makes life so much easier. And what I do is I just pop a new blade into my shaving knife and then pop that in. I'm using the GBBA shave station, so we've got a nice ceramic bowl which keeps the water in, and then one for the cream, and they go on together so the steam of the water can get the cream really emulsified. The first towel's now been on. I'm going to fold this back up and put this back in the hot towel cabinet, and I'm going to now put some shaving oil and massage that through to Graham's stubble. This will soften the stubble and make it easier to shave. It also adds a protective layer to the skin. So now what I'll do is I'll get my second towel, popping that on, and then pop the heat. Now I'm going to get my shaving cream ready. I'm using my own broken leather shaving cream, which I've developed over many, many years. It's absolutely fantastic. I always use a spatula to take my cream out. You don't need too much. Pop it into the bowl. And then using your shaving brush, some hot water. Use this part of the shave station to get your cream ready to be shaved with. So now my client's face is fully prepared for the shave. I'm going to lather him up. So with lavering, doing circular movements, really get it into the skin so it lavers lovely. I think it's what people don't do. They don't do enough lavering. Like, get some hot water, just keep adding water to the lather and get it so it's really working. I always sort of picture the old-fashioned cartoons when the foam would just go. That's what you want to be looking at. If you just paint it on, it will just become dry and it won't do what it's designed to do. See, the brush is pulling the cuticles up so we can get a nice tight shave. And I'm lavering that so you get a nice lovely consistency, as you can see. Now, a lot of people ask me about this one. What do we do about the moustache area? I always just pop it on with your fingers, because you do not want to be putting a brush in their mouth. The first stroke, always with the grain, going straight down. Use my shaving knife. This is the hand that does all the work. This is the hand that pulls the skin. Straight down, and we'll use the edge of my towel so I keep my work nice and clean. Nice and gently with the wrist until you stop. I can see it's changing direction, and then I come behind and shave up for that change of direction. And then I go to the other side. Stand behind the client on this left hand side and come straight down. Nice and gently, just pulling the skin. Like I said, the left hand's doing all the work because it's pulling the skin taut. Now we've got the chin area. So this is parts 1, 2 and 3. This is parts 4, 5 and 6. I like to see the chin area as part 7. So what I do, and this is why it's so easy using these knives, I've got this in between my fingers, and then I'm just going to gently come along the side of the chin area. Just little movements, not big strong ones, because you'll find in the chin area there can be scars. It's not completely flat, so you don't want to do a big movement, you just want to do little movements and come straight along. Then this is the bit that I call the 8th bit, just underneath the chin, because now I've shaved it, it's always easier to shave in places that you've already shaved. I'm going to come straight down until it changes direction. There's another one of my videos, if your client has got an Adam's apple, that shows you how to deal with that. So now I want to look at the moustache. As I only gently pop the cream on, I'm going to pop some water over that now. And what I do is I hold the nose, pull it nice and taut. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of hair here. I wanted to show you how to take it right off. Sometimes you might prefer to take it down with clippers first. But just gentle and cupping movements. What I mean by cupping movement is a movement like that with the wrist. And then I come straight along, pulling the nose up nice and taut. Don't be afraid to do this. If you don't pull off taut, that's when your client will feel some irritation. Okay, so when you get around the left hand side, there's two ways to do it. The first way, which is backhand, which when you're using these knives is absolutely brilliant to do. Or there's the slightly easier way while you're first starting, is to go right-handed and just come down like that on the left side of the nose. Obviously, the other way round if you're left-handed. Okay, then water's your friend, remember, throughout the shave. Put some water on and I cup again, just underneath the lip, and just cup it, just gently removing the hairs. And when you go to the lips, you can use the toe of the blade, the edge, just to get in there and make sure you take all that away. So that to me is shave one. It's not my perfect shave, but it's got there's no irritation, and I followed the grain. So now what I do is I get one of the towels that I already used, it went back into the towel machine, and I'm going to use that again now just to take off the excess cream. And I'll make this towel into a cold towel after. So this towel's getting used 3 times, but as long as it's used on the same client, it's okay. Now with the second shave, what I want to do is I like to do a much waterier substance. Because if you use good cream, like my Broken Leather shaving cream, it will absorb into the skin and you can reactivate it with water. So I'm just having a bit of water on the shaving brush now and just reactivating the cream and using the bit of cream that we've still got. And this time with the nose, I'm pulling the brush together like a fan and just gently popping it on. Now with the second shave, I like to go across the face, nice and gently again, but picking up any hairs I've missed. Now, the neck area, I'm going to come nice and gently, but straight up. You see when you're using the water, it makes it glide so much easier. And then the part where you went up, just gently come down now. Now we get to the chin area, or bit 7 as I say. What I want to do now is we've come across, so now I can come down, just very gently. the underneath of the nose, I'll do that exactly the same way, but gently, just making sure now I'm picking up any hairs that I might have missed. And that just means using the toe of the blade right up close to the nostril. If you ever get trouble with this part of the nose, if you squeeze together, you get that a little bit tighter. Okay, second shave performed. So now I want to get the second hot towel I put back in. Now I do shaving slightly different. So I like my shaves to be perfect. So I use my aftershave balm after the second shave. The reason for this is I feel if you put a cold towel on straight away, the face locks down, so the cream just lies on top. It don't absorb into the skin. Also, I want to perfect my shave. So I want to do this, and I want to do a nice facial massage, and then I can have a feel and see if I've missed any bits and go over them before I close the shave down with a cold towel. So this I'll do for a few minutes, petrissage movement starting from the top of the head and just working my way down. Because what I don't want redness, but I do want a tight shave. And this allows me now to feel, if I feel I need to go over any little parts again.